Hello there. So let's see where I am at. All right, hello. I'm a little unfocused, out of focus now. This became a very improvised stream. I wasn't really happy with the stream I did earlier today. I had a lot of fun sitting down with all of you. I made some music, wasn't too happy about it. And now I wanted to just do a Q&A stream, but we'll do that in an hour. So this stream will continue, but right now I just want to make some music for you. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make some music and yeah, have fun. Somebody said I can't make music the last stream. Fuck you, motherfucker. I can't say that with a straight face. But yeah. Some insight into my music process right there. Stuff, yeah, music from scratch for you all this beautiful day. Yeah. So, yeah, I started the stream early. Oh shit, I just knocked out water all over the damn floor. I started the stream early because I had something to prove to myself and to my beautiful audience. No, I wanted just to make some music, have fun. Yeah, that was what I was doing. Hopefully it sounded okay. I can take, you know, I'm totally fine with some, yeah, some flattery. Yeah, demonetized. It's like the first F-bomb that I dropped this year. He's just potty-mouthed today. Hello IX, hello everybody. Thank you so much for sticking around, indulging me, making some music. Wow, was it only half an hour? But yeah, we made some. Let me just lower this a bit. Let me know how the well, not how the music, but how the mic sounds and everything. And I just realized that I might end up with a camera. Oh, sorry, a phone that's dying on me. Okay, so let's see here what you are up and talking about. Thank you so much for the kind feedback. Yeah, I felt like, yeah, I just wanted to start today's stream with some music. Just wanted to, yeah, show you a little bit more of what it sounds like when I'm working with, you know, a proper production setup. Yeah. So camera I'm using Canon EOS R, and yeah. You dropped some weight. Yeah. Thank you, Atto. Yeah, I believed 2 F-bombs were uttered earlier in this stream. You know, I'm getting a little bit more rowdy. Can I make a video about the 707 updates? I probably won't. I had an offer from Roland to make a video on it, but I felt like I didn't feel like it, to be honest. Yeah. Super. So, as promised, we're having just, you know, a regular old hangout. I realized maybe I should check also, yeah, check Discord. Yeah. So, a regular old, like, gear chat hangout kind of thing. I'm wondering, maybe I should try and drop I should put the chat maybe in here somewhere. Can I do that? Adam, thank you so much. Love you too, buddy. It was a buddy. Let's see here. I'm just gonna see if I can. What is? Ah, hello there. There you are. Hey, what's up? There you are on screen. You are included, my friends. So, let me see here. Sonic Neutronic, you're right. You should never react to individual comments. But you know what? Sometimes people can push you to create and to kind of push yourself harder, which can be a good thing, I guess, depending on how you take it, you know? Gear Explaining, thank you so much. Yeah, I was really happy with the jam. So if you just tuned in, I've been spending half an hour or something making some music. Rustic asks, am I still into modular gear? What a question. What a question, Rustic. What a question to be asking. Am I still into modular? Wait, which camera is it? Is it this one? No. There's one. And I'm probably gonna break it. I wasn't kidding in my review when I said that these are damn heavy. Here's the other one. So yeah, still into modular, but I'm not making that many videos. I have a couple of videos I want to make. I got 2 modules from Endorphins that I'm gonna cover and make some videos on. So yeah, maybe a live stream with the modules. Could be nice. Could be nice. Fuck those people, everybody's a critic. Hello Rustic, thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. Thank you so much. Thanks for supporting and thank you for being here this evening. Are you still into the matriarch, and if ever used again, what will hold that picture up? What picture? What matriarch picture? But yes, I am still into... the matriarch is over there. It's there. It's there. It's just that, like, I do have a lot of things I want to make, and I don't have, like, endless energy, I guess. Will I ever experiment with talk boxes? Probably not. Wait, what's a talk box now again? I'm so tired. I'm not quite certain. But probably not. Yeah, John Kalmar, you're right. Like, modular is a lot of money, and yeah, it's like not something I directly recommend. But oh, I do have the Create Audio. The Create Audio, that's their name, right? The Create Audio. Let me bring it up. I could show you. I could show you the box, but. Let me see here. Create Audio. Let's go here. So I think like this. Yeah. So the Create Audio, I have it here. The Eurorack case with the modules. So I'm gonna check it out, do like an unboxing video or something like that later. So yeah. Like in a week or so, I think. Yeah, so it was something I wanted to check out, and I think it's an interesting, affordable option. And I mean, imagine putting some like Dreadbox modules in there or something. I think that could be really cool. Yeah. Isn't there a no? It ain't a picture balanced on it. You're referring, it's not a picture. The picture is on the wall. The picture is not on the matriarch. It's on the wall. It's on the wall. It's on the wall. Okay, Gear Explaining got a talk box hooked up to the matriarch. Let's see here. Adam asks an interesting question. Wait, why did you guys disappear? Let me see here. Why did the chat disappear? Oh well. I guess you guys disappeared. Oh, anyway. Yeah, so I have an interesting question here from Adam. He says, "Hey Bo, thanks for the jam. In your opinion, would a Korg NTS1 be redundant if I already have a Minilogue XD, the XD module, and a monologue? You know, you could do double reverbs on the monologue. Oh, sorry, the Minilogue. No, you have 14, 15 other synths already. Like, I think like the NTS1 is always like, I don't want to chill out too hard here. I mean, the obvious answer is that you already have a ton of stuff, and the question, of course, is, you know, do you need that kind of effects unit? But in all honesty, it's expandable. It's quite a lot of fun. It's not very expensive. And given that you have a big synth park already, you're already quite invested. So, I mean, I don't think like it's not a lot of money, I suspect, for you. So I think that, I mean, I think it's a very fun piece. Like it's enjoyable to use. It sounds good. Yeah. Let me scroll down. Let's see here. Ratnam says, "Hey Bo, I'm about to hop into my closet to record some vocals for my first ever solo single." Oh, awesome. "I'm super nervous. Any words of encouragement?" I would say try and relax your body, your mind. Try and, you know, be mindful of your breathing, like stay calm, like take, you know, deep breaths, just kind of go in there. And I would say, like, have the mindset that I'm not in there to nail it the first time. Like, just do as many takes as you want. Take breaks. Depending a little bit, like there's different philosophies when it comes to like taking breaks. Some producers want to push people, you know, really hard, and others, you know, especially if you're working alone, I think taking breaks is really good. Just relaxing and going back at it. It's like doing like, I don't know, 10 takes. I think that's really good also. Like do a lot of takes and just let it sit there for a little while. Like if it's only you, or if you don't have a producer with you, let it sit there for a while, go back to it in a little while. Don't like judge it straight up. If I were to enhance my studio setup, what would you improve and why? I would, as you can see, I have some absorbers, like big. Those are more like aimed to take some of the bass. They're pretty wide, thick, I guess. And I would actually like to not soundproof, but acoustically treat my room a lot better than what it currently is, because it's actually horribly bad acoustics in here to start with, and with my absorbers it's a little bit better. There's so yeah, that's what I would improve on my setup at the moment. Let's see here. Did you ask a question, Reed? So I'm gonna go back here. Hey Bo, do you think the Model Cycles is a good pick if I want a groove box that will play well into larger setups and help me get into electron stuff? Actually, like I preferred the Digitakt to the Model Samples, and I preferred the Cycles to the Samples. So I would say it's a toss-up between Digitakt and Cycles. So, yeah. I mean, when it comes to like getting into electron synths. Brian, hello there, buddy. Hello everybody, by the way, if I haven't said hello to you. So if you're watching this if you're late to the live stream, not late, well, we're early, like we're 15 minutes early. We started early because I wanted to make some music. And yeah, so I spent the first like half hour, 40 minutes just making a track. So we're gonna listen to the track later again, I suppose, when we're more people here. What software am I using to switch cameras and sources during the live stream? I'm using OBS. OBS for the software side, and I use a little Stream Deck. Not sponsored or anything. I just went ahead and bought it, but it's actually really good. And I use OBS, and I use RØDE Video Mixer. But I also have 2 webcams, which may or may not be synced up properly with the audio. I haven't checked that. I didn't feel like, checking that too much. Like it felt pointless, I guess. We need some other lighting, right? We need some other lighting. Ooh, let's go. Where's the most red? Is this the most red I can get? Oh yeah. Hello there.
Hello there and welcome to BoBeats live stream. Happy to have you here. Hope you're enjoying yourself.
Let's go for something blue, maybe bluish. Yeah, this is a nice color. All right. But I need to find a power cord for my phone and hope that I can actually power the phone from this USB thingy I have over here. Let's see here. I don't get it. Like, why? How do you know if it's enough power to power something? I don't get it. No. Give me a second. I'll be right back. And I can play. Let's listen to the beat that I made. Can we do that? We can do that while I'm going away. I'm just gonna go and get some stuff. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Grabbed some spare power. There we go. So that's the tune that I was working on when we started the stream. All right. So let's see here. Are we still on? Am I still here? Netuno, good seeing you here as well. So, let's see here. Okay, so let's see what other questions we have got going here. Marcelo says, I really like the harmonics. Well, thank you. I think it's kind of nice. When he gets back, we'll all jump out and surprise him. Yeah, amazing. Let me see here. I shouldn't be like... I jump back and forth between the screen because I still have the mouse like on the far side. Okay, so let's see. Drop any other questions you have. And if you... yeah, Netuno, good seeing you here, buddy. Let me see what you're up to, what kind of questions we are talking about here. I wanted to see also if did I have somebody who wanted to join, like from the Patreon squad? Any Patreons that wanted to join the conversation on Discord? You want to jump in, like, and say hi to the stream? You can jump in and ask questions, or just you could tell me what you're up to. Let me know if somebody wants to jump into the stream. What you have to do is you have to be on the Discord, and yeah, I'll probably just pick people randomly, and or based on me knowing them. And I also, yeah, you have to have a mic, and you have to turn off the stream, I suppose, in the background if you're listening with speakers. So let me know if there's any patrons or anybody else. Maybe I did ask like DivKid if he wanted to come on and say hi to everybody and just hang out with us. So let me know. And if you are, you should be able to go into the live. If you're on the Discord, you can actually jump on the, let's see, there's a category called live, and you can jump on it and say hi there. And I could probably drag you into the on-air section, and you can be on the stream if you want to. So let's see here. Should I buy the Keystep, or is it too old, and is there something better for the same price? The Keystep, for what it is pretty much still unrivaled, to be honest. We have Gerald Clark, who says that... Hello, by the way, Gerald. I'm not sure if you're new here, but good seeing you. Bought Minilog XD and Circuit after watching you. Still doing anything with those gadgets at this point. The XD, yeah, I'm using it quite a lot, and I actually have, if you can't see it, let's see if I can, wait, let's see here, if I move to, no, you can't see it, it's like right here, but I have the Minilog is actually hooked up here on the table at the moment. Wait, where's the overhead camera? Where did I put that? Is this the overhead camera? Let me see here. Let me see if I can. Oh, the battery is like dead. What if I put in a new battery? How's this battery? Is this okay? Maybe I could put this up here. Because I have rigged something for you here as well on the table. So I'm just gonna find the correct cable without messing up the stream totally. It should be this cable. And we should be able to plug it in. See, does it work? Wait. Yeah, there we go. and graphics are gone. So yeah, here's the baby Minilogue. I've been playing around with it today with the Soya and stuff. Yeah. Any synths that are giving me gas at the moment? The Pro 3, really cool. I still want like a OB6 or Prophet from DSi, just because of course, I mean, who wouldn't? And also because I think I need to be like proven how good they are. Like I really want to get into them. So yeah. Synracer, good seeing you. Jan, good seeing you as well. Good seeing everybody here. Synthad, I can't tell you how envious I am of your perfect Swedish synth space. Hey Synthad, you want to come on this show? You should come on the show, buddy. Jump in the... You just jump in the live section and I can drag you into it, and you just make sure you have like a headphones and a mic, and you can tell us a bit about what you're doing online. I think that could be a lot of fun. Thoughts on Soya versus H9 as pedals for synths? Which one do you find yourself gravitating more towards? Synthad, I can answer you this in if you dare. Come on board. Come on board the live show, buddy. Yeah, awesome. Come on. Come in. Let's see. Yeah, so this is a first. This is a first trying this. So I am just gonna see here. So let's see. How do I do this? Where are you, Synthad? So we have something called on air. So you can join that. You can join like the live section on the Discord. I'm just gonna see here. Can I? There you are. How do I do this? Let's see here. Okay, so Synthad, you should be able to join the on air now. You have the privilege to do this. So see if you can join the on air. Yeah, you're in here. Hello there. You are. Oh wait, my my webcam's going all nutty. What? I'm not hearing you. Maybe you have the push to talk on, or you have set the level too low in the settings, so we're only hearing you a little bit. You should be able to hear me though. Let's see here. I'm just gonna... Sorry, we can't hear you, buddy. La la la. We only hear you sporadically, Synthad. Yes. So if you go into the settings, Synthad, you can you go in and there's like a threshold thing. So either it's push to talk or it's a threshold. Whoa. Now stuff is coming through.
We hear you sporadically, Synthad.
And now you have to mute me. Let's see here. Let's give it a little while. I muted you so you can check your settings. Give me a little holla in the chat if you have any idea. Oh, do I have streamer mode? Let's see here. Let's see if this works. Could this be it? Let me see. Okay.
Is this working?
Yeah, now it's working. Yeah. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can, but I can hear you twice. Once on the YouTube
Let's
and then
give it a
once
little
on
while.
the...
You have to mute the YouTube.
I muted you, so you can check your settings.
All right. This is like every Zoom call I've had today. But
give me a little holla in the chat if you have any. Oh, do I have streamer mode? Let's see here.
Okay, so I muted you again. So, buddy, you have to mute the live stream. Just mute the volume on the live stream. That should do it, right? Okay, now you're here. I should be able to hear you.
okay.
Yeah, now I can hear you. Awesome.
All right. Technology, we can beat it.
Yes. So live chat, you have to tell us like how's the audio levels. I can change the levels from my mixer here, so just let us know. So how are you?
I can hear you.
Yeah, super. How are you doing?
Not too bad. It's a bit weird here. I'm in Ireland, so we're in a kind of a virtual lock. Spending an awful lot of time sitting at home with family, I suppose, like an awful lot of people around the world. How about you?
Yeah. I'm so Sweden isn't like totally locked down or anything, but I think people are self-isolating. It's like pretty, you know, it's pretty quiet. I live in a very small town, not a lot going on. Like we're safe and sound, I think, but of course we're staying inside. But my family is like, we are, since the nature of my job and my wife's job, we don't see a lot of people. Like we're pretty like isolated anyway, so it's what it is.
So we were going to talk about the difference between the Zoya and the Eventide H9 then.
Okay, so they're saying I'm quiet, so I'm gonna just push the volume a bit. Okay, maybe like this perhaps. So let's see if I do like this, and I can push the volume a bit more. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the question of the Zoya and the H9. So I think like I talked a bit about it on the Patreon Discord channel, and my views have evolved a bit since. I think that the H9, like just to give the chat a bit of an understanding, like the H9 is just plug and play. You can load different presets onto it, but the presets themselves are not that customizable from what I gather. They're pretty much like pre-made, so you load them. And then we have the mod Duo X, and I thought that it was similar to the H9 in that you loaded like pedals and made a pedal board, but they've really improved on it. They really like upped what you can do. So now there are like CV modules and MIDI modules, and you can create like synths in it and stuff. So it's definitely, the Mod X is definitely a lot closer to the Zoya than what I originally thought. That was like it was, I thought that it was less modular when I first picked it up. And then you are very familiar with the Zoya, right? Did you have two of them?
I had, because I had visions of one controlling the other, controlling other synths, and then I realized I had it sitting on the shelf, and I figured that was a terrible place for such a great pedal, so I sold it on to somebody who was looking for it. So I have a Zoya, I have a H9, but I don't have the Mod Duo. And I actually find the Zoya pretty interesting. It's close enough to going down the Eurorack rabbit hole without having to like actually fall all the way down the hole.
Yeah.
You can build what you need. So if you say to yourself, hey, I just need to quickly sequence this thing over here, but I don't want to dedicate a whole sequencer to it, you can just build something quickly on the Zoya to do that. Like I sequence my note codes that way. Yeah. But I can also see the attraction of, I have the H9 for if you just need a good reverb. You just want a shimmer effect. You just want to tweak a few bits. Bang, done. Off you go. So that's where like the H9 really kind of comes into its own there. I was curious. So you have the Mod Duo. How comparable is the Mod Duo with the Zoya in terms of like the granularity of the modules you build with? Like, is it all down to CVs and LFOs?
I think that the Zoya is more granular. Now, granted, I haven't I haven't started building my own modules. I understand the principles. I watched like tutorials like everybody else, but I really haven't, you know, gotten into it that much. The Mod Duo X seem a lot more immediate in a sense. It just seems that it's easier to get going, and I think like I'm not 100% sure, but I think that the granularity that you're talking about is part of it. Like I think that the Soya goes deeper. I think you can do more on it. Because the Mod Duo X is still based around the idea of like you have pedals and modules that you connect together, and it's very graphical. The interface is like super graphical. I don't know if I have like I don't know. I don't have the manual here, but it's very graphical, so it's very easy. So it's much more easy to use, user friendly. But the Soya is you can do it from the unit itself. Of course, you know this, but So you can't do it from the module from the unit itself. You need a computer to do it on the Mod Duo. But when you have the computer, it's much easier. It's definitely like less less complex, I would say. It's easier because it's like you see the cables, you just drag them and plug them. So I think it's easier to get started with it.
The one problem with the Zoya, everyone talks about this, is you get a patch. It's a fabulous patch, but then you have to spend the next day slowly taking it apart piece by piece to figure out how the author actually built it, if you ever want to make any modifications to it. Whereas, you know, I find perhaps if there was a screen or an editor for it, which, you know, is wonderful to wish for, but I don't know if it's on their plans, you could actually go in and we'd have a much better way of taking base patches and configuring them a little.
Yeah, so I'm just going to pull up the Mod Duo X software, just an image for the stream to see. So let's see here. Okay, so I don't know what this is from, but there should be an image here somewhere. Okay, this image was not very big at all. Why aren't there any good images? Here's an image. Let's see if I don't know what I'm pulling up here, but here's an image. Yeah, so this image should show you how it looks inside of the software for the Mod Duo X, and it's definitely like you can definitely do complex stuff, but it doesn't really seem that granular. And I saw somebody in the chat, Stephen Roldan says, I think it was Stephen Roldan who said the Soya is definitely deeper, and like that's the feeling I'm getting, that it's deeper, but I'm not 100% sure exactly where like the limits are. But yeah, just the way that the Soya behaves like a modular ecosystem, whereas the Mod Duo behaves more like a pedal board, if that makes sense.
It does. I think what's exciting to people who got the Zoya, and also frustrating if you got one right when they announced it, was the Euroburo module that comes out, because that's going to be what lets you plug your Zoya into Eurorack modules, and I think that's going to be a really popular one with a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so Synthad, tell us a little bit about what you're doing. Like, let us know about your channel.
Yeah, so what I've been doing recently is I got the new Korg Wave State, and if we want to talk about a deep synth, at least for me, that particular synth has been really interesting to kind of go deep and explore. I'll freely admit to actually having sat in bed in the evening with the thing on my lap, kind of making up patches on it. So I've just been kind of exploring that and trying to integrate it a bit more into the stuff I already have. Like I have the Deluge, a few other bits and pieces, but seeing what type of tones I can get out of the wave state and sequencing it has actually been a lot of fun.
That's
and so
awesome.
the other thing I've been doing then is I got these new MIDI controllers from Faderfox, which are super high-end, really top-quality things, but just so configurable.
Yeah, of course.
And just trying to get them integrated has been a lot of fun. So I got the new EC4 one, and then their MX12 mixer, and the PC12 like box of knobs, basically. And just actually getting that tweaked and configured to control everything from just one kind of, as my son calls it, it's like my spaceship.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw a cool picture. Give me a second. I'm just gonna play a bit of your video here without sound. So here,
I was not expecting this.
Yeah. So let's see here.
I didn't dress.
Let's see. Oh, let's see. this is Synth Dad, who he's been a patron of the channel for quite some time. I think over a year. We met at Super Booth as well, and yeah, this is you jamming. You're using the fader foxes to control.
Oh yes.
I'm not entirely sure what, but you're controlling the digitone, maybe.
I think I had the digitone, the deluge, and the wave state all going on there. That particular one. If that's the one if it's the one I think you're doing it, dude.
Yeah, the latest one, I think. Okay, so awesome. Yeah, so guys, I put Synthad's channel in the chat. So scroll up, check him out, go and subscribe, share the love. So, but you're into the wave state is what you're
that's my
with.
the latest toy in the stable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what was interesting was, and this is going to probably an awful lot of people unsubscribe from my channel when I say this, is I actually sold my Digitakt to partially pay for the wave. I know, right? Shocking development.
You
Because
cannot be my friend anymore.
I know these things. But I actually found that
I just put some epic reverb and pitch correction on us for that. For the chat. You probably couldn't hear that, but the chat could. Yeah.
I actually was finding that the Digitakt was just sitting on the shelf gathering dust, literally, since I've been using the deluge. And I was like, look, if it's not adding anything into the sonic mix, if you will, why not get something that come out and say, look, let's try this thing out. So like there, in the videos you link, I kind of have it squeezed in at the edge of my tiny desk here that I work on. And it's been pretty amazing. Like the sounds out of it are just huge. They're so deep. And I know a lot of people are complaining, it's like, oh, I can't load my own samples onto it. But there's so much already loaded on it. Like you could spend months going through it and tweaking and just building up sounds and patches, and you'd never get bored.
Yeah.
So I've just been pretty amazed by like how good it is, and the effects on it are actually really, really smart. You know, you can program in delays and reverbs. I've certainly been really impressed with them, and I wouldn't call myself an expert.
I think you know my. I think you've heard my go-to like argument. I think I even made the argument when it came to the Soya. Do you remember? You know, my go-to argument about like program heavy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I understand it, I can do it, but it's just something with the when there's these levels of complexity to it that and of course, I mean, it's super ironic being like the Electron guy, but I do think, like, I was sitting with the MC707 earlier today on the live stream, and I wasn't really happy with the results, and I realized like a lot of it comes from the UI just not being on the level of Electron UIs. Like, because you learn the Electron workflow, you get really quick, and it's so snappy, and it translates very well from one piece of equipment to another, and that is something which I really enjoy. And I'm finding that certain synths, not the wave state in particular, but say say the MC707, for example, the Jupiter XM, like, they're lovely, but there's just these like small problems with the workflow. Whereas I felt like I was wrong about the Soya. The Soya was much more immediate than I thought.
That's interesting, because my first synths, because I'm relatively new to this, were also Electrons. They were the Digitakt and the Digitone, which I got about 2 years ago. Like, the kind of the fundamentals, the concepts you build out of those, you can carry over to a lot of other synths and actually find yourself going, oh, but like the Digitakt has retriggers. Why can't I do a retrigger? Why can't I, like, you know, sync the LFO to the clock and this and that? And, and then you find yourself looking at the other synths going, you know, that's a gap. And I think it's this barrier to entry that you sometimes find with some gear. Like, initially, at face value, the wave state, I found, there was a fairly steep learning curve. But it took me a day or two of just kind of looking at videos online, but then actually forcing myself to build patches. Then it sort of clicked. the mental model.
It's very well designed, the wave state. I gotta give them that. It's very well designed. I mean, I didn't have a manual when I made my first look video on it. That's why I don't think I called it a review. I think I just called it like a first look, because I felt like there was so much unknown about it. For some reason, I think it was because it was like winter holidays, and it was like we missed the communication there with Corey. But yeah, it's very intuitive for the level of complexity that it offers.
It's interesting. So when you get these to review, you don't often have fully baked units or manuals. So how do you find it getting your head around it? Do you find yourself having to, go just do a load of random experiments to actually make anything happen?
I mean,
because you've got to put a bit.
I mean, oftentimes you do have the manual for the I'd say like 9 out of 10 times, and I think there was a manual for the wave state. I just think that you know how it is when you take a break, you take a little bit of vacation, and you sort of like your brain sort of shuts down, and I think it was like I thought that I had asked about it, and that they just said that it wasn't available. And that was probably just fiction or me confusing it with some other product. So for the wave state, it was a little weird that way. But no, for the most part, you do, the manuals are there, even if they're kind of bare bones. I will say that when I did the tutorial for the ModeX, I think it was 2.0 update, then I didn't have a proper manual for the update, and it was pretty substantial. I had like a guide, but that was actually quite good, because I got so frustrated with the guide, because the guide was clearly written by somebody who knew that kind of sequencer that's on the ModeX. So I was so confused and irritated about it, and then I just realized, like, wait, that's my angle. That's what I need to explain. But of course, like, not with the irritation part, but rather like, okay, how to approach the sequencer. Because the manual was written, like many people who are very technically oriented, it was written like, these are the functions. But the problem is, of course, like when wording and stuff is weird, like you don't use it's not you're not using a language. You're basically taking like ideas from old sequencers, and people might not recognize what the words, how they are using the words. I realized that, okay, I have to break this down for everybody else to understand. And I thought maybe people would find it a little, wouldn't find it as hard as I did. But the video did really well, and people were very happy, because obviously it turned out that people didn't quite get the weird, I don't know, 90s, 80s Yamaha language where a song is not a song and a chain is a song or something. It was very weird. Yeah,
I mean, certainly, like, you can tell when manuals are written by programmers versus technical documentation people, right? And the sparser the manual tends to be like, well, these concepts must be obvious to you because it's obvious to us when they wrote the manual, but it's anything but sometimes when you're sitting down with it for the first time.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Electron manuals are, comparatively very good. I mean, I guess it's the IKEA in the blood, It's like it's working okay. So if somebody's joining us now and doesn't know what's going on, I have my friend, patron, and fellow YouTuber. Sorry, I had a little burp coming there. Great introduction. Let me do it again. So I am joined live on air. He's joining me on Discord. His name is
Synth Dad.
Okay, you couldn't hear that, but I added some effects there. And if there's a moderator online like Matt or John, you could post his channel again if you want to in the chat. Otherwise, I'll do it again later. So yeah, we were talking about wave state. Awesome synth. I was surprised though, like so many people want it. Like it seems like it's they hit it out of the park with that one. It feels like it. I don't know. What's your take on it? Like, why do you think it was so successful, or people got so excited about it?
It was interesting because the level of pent-up demand for it, and I joined in the Facebook group before mine had even arrived. The Cork Way, there's a Facebook group for Waves, and the amount of people who are just like posting updates from DHL and stuff, going, mine's on its way, that kind of thing. It's crazy. There's pent-up demand, and I wonder if it was a kind of a reimagining of one of these classic synths that a lot heard of or potentially played. I obviously don't know because I never owned one of the original Wave stations, but like it's one of those classics. It's like the R2600 that got released around the same time, where everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's the ultimate! I must get it." That caused an awful lot of excitement. I also was surprised. I was really taken aback by how many people were just excited to get their hands on one so quickly, and were just dying and dying waiting for it. So it seemed to just really be just the synth of the moment. And maybe it was because it was the first one of the year. Maybe it was just right after NAMM, something like that.
Yeah. I think
there's a hilarious lag between our voice, our audio, and you on the screen, by the way. So whatever you were doing there, I don't know what is happening here, but you're about 30 seconds.
No, no. I'm pretty sure people would go crazy in the chat if that was the case. It's just that you are hearing me through Discord. So you and I, we are on the same time signature, if you will, and what's coming to the stream is a couple of seconds late or 10 seconds late or something. Yeah. So it should be totally fine. It looks all right on my end. So
the other exciting thing that's come out today, actually, for those of you who have a Deluge, is one new firmware has come out.
Yeah, the Deluge firmware. Yeah. How's that? Tell us all about it. Hype it up. Hype it up. So, come on, hype it up. Okay, you can say something. Say something cool, and I'll add the effects.
Oh, you'll add the effects. It's like live from New Zealand, the Synthstrom Deluge. So basically, if you've been following along, people have seen Deluges kind of appearing in lots more videos. They've been doing a really good job getting them out there, and I think Cuckoo was down in Australia and New Zealand doing a live tour right before they had to shut everything down for obvious reasons. And he's really kind of been showing his skills on the Deluge, which is pretty amazing to see. But one of the nice things about it is because it's a tiny little company out of Wellington, they're very responsive to the community. I mean, I think one of the strengths of that company is its community engagement, whether it's responding on Facebook groups to questions or hosting live tours. They've done vinyl record pressings of records and tracks people made with the Deluge track, and they're putting a record out, and they're onto their second one. So they're really, really good in terms of community engagement.
Yeah.
And what they had hoped to do, of course, is tease out, reveal the next iteration of the firmware. Quite a lot of things people were asking for, and they've just dropped a small teaser update today with some pretty basic things like multiple USB devices directly can Deluge itself. We talk about electron work, basically retriggers or ratchets and note nudging down to I think the 8,000th note level, so it's not 30 seconds or 64, so you can go down to some crazy number and basically have repeats at such a velocity you're almost turning it into single cycle waveforms to make tones out of like a hat or something. So it's going to be a lot of fun because they're going to be just dropping a new release every, and they'll be super responsive to the community. So it's a lot of fun to engage.
Sorry, what did you broke up? They're going to drop a release every.
I'd say they'll keep. Rowan will keep popping out new releases as he works on new features and gathering up the bug feedback. And the exciting thing is, it's good fun to actually engage and test and play with these things because the people on the other end are going to actually do something with your feedback, and that's always really rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean their responsiveness with patches and updates, it's pretty unparalleled. I think, of course, you nailed it as well. They're a small company. They're very indie in a sense. Still, they're really working closely to the community. I don't know if I don't know if you are know these games, but it's like Blizzard and Diablo versus Path of Exile. So some gamers in the chat might know what I'm talking about. Like Path of Exile, I think they're even from New Zealand or Australia. I think maybe New Zealand. And they're like a smaller team. Like I think they're pretty big now because of the success of the game. As I imagine Synthstrom will grow as well. But it's like you have like the smaller upstarts that are closer to the community, and then you have the big dogs like Blizzard and Diablo and Roland and their stuff compared to like the Deluge. And I mean, there's not one size fits all for groove boxes, that's for sure. But I think like what they're doing with the Deluge is definitely admirable and really cool. And I think it's, you know, well worth the support from the community, and it's really cool to see. It's really quite unique in a way, like how they've managed.
And I think a lot of people had this perception of it as, you know, great groove box, does it all, not brilliant at one thing. You know, it's got a sequencer, but, you know, maybe the Score Pyramid is a better sequencer. It's got a synth engine, but maybe such and such a box is a better synth engine. But then there's been just users who've released third-party Deluge now. The boards of Deluge one is the really good one. There's two of those released, and they've really shown the depths that you can take the synth engine to if you actually put your mind to it. Now, you know, they're charging for the packs, but you get 50 pretty amazing presets.
Yeah.
And it's all just done straight on the synth engine. No samples, no multi-samples, no waveforms or anything. And it kind of just really blew everyone's mind because people had kind of settled into seeing the synth one way or seeing it one way. And then this comes out of nowhere and goes, "Hey, I made all these new sounds on it.
Yeah,
and you can try them out."
I think like for the Deluge, it's a little bit like the Circuit in a sense. I wouldn't say like the Circuit or the Deluge have the most like nice sounding synth engines straight out of the box, but this also means that people have to be a lot more creative with what they're doing. And I think you can still create some really cool sounds. I think maybe you have to approach it like a little bit more creatively. Maybe if you have a really good like straight up synth engine, it's often just easy to make the standard sounds and they sound good. But I feel like with the Deluge and Circuit, they require a bit more work, and therefore also like the patches that are made by people who are really into those devices are often really cool, and you can get really surprised at what's possible. I know some of the Circuit packs are really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I think like for example like the MC707, I mean that's a synth where you can just load up a preset and all the presets sound okay, like for what they are. Like if you want the standard stuff, you know, you have the standard, you have pianos, electric pianos, you have the mallets, you have the strings, you have the Jupiter stuff, like you have all of that, so you have the standard stuff. Whereas on the Circuit and Deluge, I think it's a lot more about like figuring out cool ways to make cool sounds. It's maybe not as straightforward, but I definitely think that it can be very rewarding. I remember like when I started making sounds for the Circuit, you realize like how deep the engine is. Like it's very complex. So it has a ton of like modulation options.
And when you were making sounds on the Circuit, like, did you go into it with a kind of a goal in mind, or were you just sort of noodling around going, "Hey, let me see what I can do"?
When I started with the Circuit, I didn't know that much about sound design really. I had been like the preset guy, you know. I've been more focused on. That's like a difference where I'm at now versus where I was when I was making most of my music. A lot of the time I think people don't recognize this enough, but like when it comes to like pro producers, like people who are aspiring to work full-time as producers, a lot of them don't make that much of their own synth sounds. Some do, but a lot of people just preset surf because it's two totally different like things. It's not necessarily connected. I mean, if you're a great guitarist, sure, you might, wanna, you might want to tweak your guitar a bit, but for the most part, if you go into a recording studio and recording your guitar, it's the producer or the live engineer or mix engineer or some recording engineer who will do a lot of the tweaks. And I think that for the first part of my producing music career, if you will, I spent just a lot of time writing and making music. Like, I don't know, did you see the start of the stream where I was making the song?
I'm afraid I missed it. I
Yeah,
was having dinner
so I
with
made
the
like
family.
you're excused. No, but I made like a almost full song in about 40 minutes with like intro and verse and chorusy type things, and that's very quick for me to do when I have the sounds ready at my fingertips. So this was a long-winded answer, but when I started with the circuit, my knowledge of synthesis, and it still is very basic to this day. I feel I've learned a bit more, but there's still so much more to learn. So I went into it very naively and tweaked the knobs and I think anybody is looking into my presets for the circuit, especially I think like the first pack, they will see that there's a lot of knobs that have been turned that doesn't do anything because I just messed about basically. But I think some of the sounds are pretty cool in there. But it was a very naive thing.
Well,
So,
it's sort of like the art of discovery, right? Random happy accidents.
Yeah, exactly. So I had a lot of fun with that, and it was I made stuff a little bit more purposefully for my second pack, but I still tried to retain the explorative thing. And then when I did the Novation Peak patches, I definitely knew a lot more, but I definitely went in. I actually went into it with the idea of putting my like pre-existing ideas in a parenthesis, and just kind of I made some really cool FM sounds with the Peak, because you do have frequency modulation between the oscillators, and I set out to do like something that didn't sound like everybody else's packs, because I looked through many of the presets, and they sound good, but it's a lot of like big pad, warm pad, plucky string, plucky something, and I felt like, what can I do that sounds different? So I went for a lot of FM on the Peak instead.
Yeah, it's interesting. FM, some people love that sound, the metallic sound. I love it. That's why I like the Digitone. And other people are like, oh my god, FM, it's just too harsh.
I think what's cool with the Novation Peak is that the FM on the Novation Peak doesn't quite sound like FM. Like, it's not traditional in that sense. Like, it's not. I think you can do like the typical FM belts and stuff, but a lot of the time it doesn't end up sounding like that. It doesn't sound as brittle. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, like it doesn't have like the sharpness to it in a sense. Like the Digitone and the MoDX sound definitely more sharp.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about like what's your plans with? Oh, sorry, I forgot. I don't know if he's still here, but I thought this was a great question. So this is my Netuno. Yeah, Netuno is still in the chat, and Mr. Basic is here as well. Good seeing you, buddy. Netuno had a really good question for us, and he said like advice on starting your YouTube channel. I'm gonna see here if I can scroll up and see the question. But yeah, he said something along the lines of like, could you give us some beginner advice on starting a YouTube channel? And hello, John, by the way. John, one of the admins, moderators, is here as well. That's awesome. So yeah, let's start with you, because you have started growing your channel a little bit anyway. From what I can see, do you have any like thoughts on starting up a channel?
This is like, thank you. I'm very flattered. It's coming from somebody who has 100 times than I do. So yeah, like I suppose one of the things like I've never done this before. I only really got into this as a hobby. It's kind of fun. And I think an important thing for me to keep in mind was I'm just doing this for fun. And I think it's very, very easy to get yourself wrapped up into likes, and you can get into very clickbaity style stuff, and you know.
Hey! Shots
you're
fired!
classy.
Shots fired!
You're classy.
Something about clickbait.
I think there's a difference between clickbaity videos or big,
Yeah. I know. It's
compelling
good fun. It's good fun.
thumbnails. And I've learned a lot along the way. Like I've learned what is the kind of stuff people want to watch. A lot of people want to watch tutorials. They don't want to watch some middle-aged bald guy sitting twiddling knobs for 20 minutes. Right? Let's be honest.
Oh yeah. That's actually that's advice number one. If you're a middle-aged bald guy, do tutorials.
Yeah, because frankly, there's an awful lot of us out there, and you're not exactly a very unique voice. And I think that was the second thing was for me figuring out exactly what my voice was, because I'm not like hugely musical compared to some people. I know there's an awful lot of people in grew to years experience. I'm frankly a total newbie, and I know I am. But what I do have is like an awful lot of experience builders and stuff. So I figured, hey, let's bring that kind of perspective to this thing and I enjoy teaching things to people. I always have a kick out of doing a lot of the early tutorials, and I'd love to do a bit more once I get better camera set up here. So yeah, that's kind of some of the tips I've had. And also just, I think you did a very good video on this, is like figuring out, are you a personality, an educational driven channel, a news channel? Like what is the vibe of your channel? And like, are you front and center? Is the gear front and center?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's important. And kind of,
definitely like finding that, and also I think this is where it often goes wrong, is where you try like what you want or what you think you want. Say you want to, you were talking about being a news channel, being personal, being educational, or whatever. I think where a lot of people go wrong and where they struggle is that they set up these ideas of what they want to achieve that are not connected or in harmony with what works for them in the end, which suits like because it's like you joked about like being a bald guy with synths, and maybe you should do tutorials, but the truth is, like, if let's say you're inherently funny, like I'm not an inherently funny person, like I wouldn't say that. I would say like perhaps I'm more of a inherently sincere and calm person or something, but I wouldn't say like I'm inherently funny. So I don't do a lot of jokes, like I don't focus on a lot of like humor content. But if you're very funny, for example, it doesn't really matter how you look at the end of the day. Like if you're funny, if you think it's funny to be funny, you can do humorous stuff and get away with that regardless of what you look like. And you can be the best looking guy in the room, and maybe you just want to do tutorials, or maybe you're super musical, and you still don't want to explore that on camera. For example, personally, I'm probably 10 times better with my music off camera, because it's not something I've developed much. I probably could develop that skill more, but it's that's why I started, like, the streams I'm doing this week is a lot about like also pushing myself to do new things, like making more music from scratch like I did earlier in the stream. So if somebody's watching wondering what I'm referencing, you should go back and watch the start, where I pretty much just like record a track from scratch with Machina, which is my kind of go-to DAW if I really want to finish something. Sorry, long-winded long-winded thing I'm talking about here, but yeah, that's my perspective, that things have to align, like your
personality. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're faking a front, just to fit in with what you think people want, I think that'll come through after a while. And also, you know, you've got to know what you're good at. Like, you look at yourself, Lupop, Ricky, there's quite a few people who really, like, and these are people who've either done a ton or have played live, so they know the ins and outs of gear. And it's like, okay, are you going to be better than them? Are you going to do the same as them? Like, what is it that you, as a YouTube channel, are going to bring to the table that somebody can't get somewhere else? And I think that's very tough when you're starting out, because it is very intimidating. And I still remember the day I got my very first subscriber. I was just blown away that somebody out there in the world, other than my family, actually took the time to listen to something I put. That just really blew me away. I was just so chuffed with it.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's the best feeling. Like, that's why I'm here live streaming. What my wife, she called me like, yeah, we're staying with the grandparents another night, you know. We're all healthy, don't worry, like, it's all good. But yeah, we and I immediately thought, like, I want to do another live stream, because even if it's like 20 people, 10 people, 30 people, 100 people, whatever, it's extremely rewarding connecting this way, regardless of like the topic or whatever we're doing.
Yeah, and like Mr. Basic just said it there, it's about what you love, not you. And I agree. It's like, if you really love something, like if you love engaging with the community, if you love teaching people things, if you love that kind of stuff, that's going to come through. That enthusiasm is infectious, and people will pick up on that.
For sure, for sure.
If you're trying to come across as a wacky, cool guy with all sorts of F-bombs dropped in your video, but that's not, you know, who you really are.
I dropped an F-bomb earlier before you came.
Oh, that's forgivable. That's forgivable.
I dropped 2 even. No, but I don't
know. What are your tips, Bo? I mean, you're the master at this compared to like
yeah, but I think that at the end of the day, like, the perspective that you have on it is very much similar to mine, and I think that, I mean, there's of course the art to it to make it work, like, as with anything, like, what's her name, Billie Eilish, I mean, you know the artist, right? Billie Eilish, she's very big right now. The sort of narrative right now is like, yeah, they recorded the album in her house or in her living room or whatever, like, making it sound like it's like you can go from your living room or house or home studio to like be that big, and people don't recognize like the amount of work, dedication, perseverance, and just sheer luck, timing, you know, it's so much that goes into it, to make it, depending on what your aim is. Like, if you want to make it like a profession, or if you want to make money from it, or if you want to, it doesn't even have to be like money. It could just be like, you want, okay, let's say you want recognition for what you're doing. You want people to actually watch what you're doing. And you know, a lot of it, you know, there's an art and a skill to it, which goes beyond just using like funny thumbnails. It's so I think that's another important aspect to it, that you don't just wake up one day and it happens. I usually say, like, I made a year of shitty videos, and then I made another year of slightly less shitty videos. And a couple of them, like, I think the second year, there's a couple of them that were good, like, they were proper, you know, that work, that somebody can watch them in 5 years and it's still okay. Like, but yeah, the first year was just pure dog shit, to be honest. Like, it was really bad.
But that's all part of the growth. I mean, if you go back on Koku or Lupop or anyone's channel, their early videos were nothing in comparison to their current ones. And I think, like, there's, you know, the old saying is the only way to get good at doing something is doing it, and like the only way to get good at doing videos is just to keep doing videos, and the only way to get good at making better tracks is just to keep making tracks, and the first 100 will be complete dog shit, and the 101st will be the one that everyone goes, oh hey, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And it might surprise you which one that is, because you might think it's crap and it resonates with everyone else, or vice versa, you know.
Yeah, I will actually, if the chat wants to hear it, I will actually play my next release later in the stream. I have to fire it up on the other computer, but I have it inside of Machina. And yeah, I mean, speaking of like, that's a track from the people have heard from a really old video about the Crema Cafe stands, where I had like this house track, and I remember people saying like, yeah, that's a nice tune, like nice house tune. And it just was in the back of my mind. And then now when Corona happened, I need to finish that tune, you know. So it's like,
I think there's an awful lot of people who are sitting around with time on, saying to themselves, gosh, I really should do X.
yeah.
That it wasn't lack of time that stopped us from doing that thing. There's something else going on. Like, we've all got all the time in the world now almost on our hands. Are we going to see an explosion of amazing albums and creativity and art produced?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? That's the question, isn't it? Like, I don't think so. I mean, I think that a lot of good will come out of it, but I don't think, like, unfortunately, I think that the pressure of the situation and the severity of the situation is, you know, far worse than any potential like creative outcome. Unfortunately, I think, like, we'll see developments, we'll see people making stuff, like Bob Dylan releasing a track, and, like, you know, of course that's cool, but yeah, unfortunately, I think that it's hitting us hard psychologically as creatives. So some are more creative during times of despair, I suppose, but for the most part, the feeling I'm getting is that unfortunately it's not like when you have like a bad incident or bad experience and you like use that to create. I think that this is because this is a marathon that we're experiencing, and that's why I wanted to stream this week as well, because I felt like yeah, I just wanted to do something which was more long form, you know, because we're all sitting here and
yeah,
life isn't happening.
And it's a deeper engagement with your community, frankly, because you know, you got a lot of people chatting. You've got me as some, you know, joking with you, and like a couple of people have said it in the chat, like, we're all actually doing an awful lot more than we realize. Like, I'm still working full time. I got my family at home, so I'm taking care of kids and making sure homework gets done. We're kind of thinking to ourselves about other family, parents and stuff. And then at the end of the day, you get your mind into this cool laid back groove to make music. But you know what? The world is not in a cool and laid back place right now. Yeah, I think that's kind of I think it took me a while to just accept that. And kind of not to get over that. Oh, cool! I have tons of time. I can get loads done. Yeah. No, this is not normal times. I should give myself a break.
I mean, just like the way I work, since I work like from home, it's just that the whole like not being free anymore is a huge difference. Like I'm forced to be at home. That's a big difference. I just wanted to say, Netuno said, "Thank you for all the responses, Synth and BoBeats, and everyone here." In the chat, he says that tomorrow I begin working on my first ever video for my channel. Good night from me here in Malaysia. Stay safe, everyone. Well, great to have somebody from Malaysia here. Stay safe, and I'm happy that me and Syntad could you know, motivate a little bit and push people to create. That's amazing. And also, I saw that there was a super chat earlier, but maybe I said thank you. If I didn't, thank you so much if you're still here. And I saw a couple of people that we know. Richard Olpin is here in the chat. Andrew Brooks is here. John was here. And Mike, of course, said, don't play your new songbow. Because Mike only wants to hear Little Fluffy Clouds. Now, Syntad, that's a UK thing? Is it? Or is it a US thing?
Are we talking the orb here, yeah?
Is it? I don't know. Like, I don't know the reference. I think Mike has explained the Little Fluffy Clouds reference, but I have no idea. Like, I forget it. Yeah. Oh, also, Adam said something here that in addition to the stream, the creation of the new Facebook group, Vibo, really came to be exactly at the moment came exactly at the moment in the era that it was needed. Thank you so much. Are you in the you're in the synth group, right, on Facebook?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
think I'm pretty
so
much.
So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna just post the synth group. Let's see here, facebook.com/groups, right? Simply synthesizer. I think that's the group. Yeah. So I'm gonna post the group here, guys, in the chat for anybody who wants to join. Surely we all want to hear little fluffy clouds. Always great. That's amazing. Okay. Syntad, you know what? I'm gonna leave you with I'm gonna leave the chat in your gentle hands for a moment, and I'm gonna go and just grab some water, refill my canister, and yeah, take it away. You tell us about your next video projects that are coming up on the channel. Okay?
Oh boy, I did not know I was walking myself into this one. I think you also have to queue up little fluffy cows at some point, Bo, as well. I think that the group chat isn't going to let you get away that easy. That's for sure. You should probably kind of tune the chat out to that in the end. I think the next thing I'm going to be working on is probably a deeper state, just actually putting it to use in producing like an ambient album or something like that. Because for me, I'm really finding that it's a great way to actually go deep on making ambient sounds, and I think a lot of people are making reference to that online as well. So the next project for me will definitely be linking it in with the Deluge, kind of getting it into a better sequencing setup there, and then just kind of really building out a deeper set of patches around that. It's hard to know if Bo's actually back on the camera yet because of the delay I have here. Yeah, PAT. I agree, right? He just ups and leaves, and he goes, "Hey, you over there, you take over." Do I pass this on to somebody else? So what else do people want to talk about? So we might as well queue up a set of questions for Bo when he comes back from getting his water. Yeah, he's off to the loo. You're right, Sunriser. I actually think Bo's nipped out for grab a drink or something like that. If he comes back with a beer, we'll know who to blame. Yeah. You would think, yeah, you would think these professional streamers would have some sort of, in his fancy seat, he would have some sort of bio break set up, right? So what do I think of the Deluge 3.1 update, Rockstar Artist asks. Well, literally, this was going to be my first moment to sit down and get it installed on the Deluge. I wanted to try out the USB features because I played around with them a lot when the 3.0 feature came out. I'd done a video on how to hook up a lot of MIDI controllers. So I wanted to test out, what the limits of the USB hub support was. For example, could you get like 5, 6, 7 devices? What combinations could you do? I think one of the gotchas people are going to find is a lot of the USB hubs you can buy online are actually hubs within hubs, and the Deluge can only see one hub, so it'll only see one hub layer deep, if you will. So you may get some pretty inconsistent results in terms of plugging things in. And also I wanted to find out what exactly is it doing in terms of the MIDI signal flow. Is it like effectively a merge? Because it now does MIDI in and out over USB with a hub. So are we talking an all-to-all merge, or are we going to need some sort of routing rules so that you can actually connect individual devices to avoid clock overlaps and stuff like that? So that's the kind of stuff I'm going to be playing around with it. I'd say there's going to be a lot more coming over time. I know Rowan has got other things planned. I don't know what they are. I'm not deep into NDAs with them or anything, so I don't know, but I am they come out with. Yeah, using the Deluge to sample the wave state. I'm actually using my Deluge sequence. Wave state has got 4 layers, and each layer can be running a separate program, And a program can be composed of multiple multi-samples all sequenced at different time sequences with different pitch lanes. It's really, really fun if you go deep into it. But you can assign each of those 4 layers to 4 MIDI channels. So effectively, you've got 4 synths in one, and it's got 64 voices. So you've got a 4-channel synth with 64 voices. So you can do an awful lot with that. I haven't really got into sampling back, just straight into my mixer. What piece of kit is my next purchase? Well, if I had not had to just kind of hit pause on purchasing things, the next thing I was going to buy was the Super 6, because it's a synth made by this little, or soon to be released by this little boutique UK manufacturer. I think they're in Bristol. I'm not 100% sure. And I had met them last year at Super Booth in Berlin. And it was just, the sound out of that synth was just unbelievable. Blew me away. It's like, it's got this binaural stereo signal path through it, so it's effectively 2 of everything. Now, the demos you hear online, and when George played it, George from Udo Audio played it at a couple of different videos online, the sounds out of the demos are insane, and that was without any reverb or fancy effects put on it. So I think it's one that people are very excited about. And so I tend to be drawn to stuff like that. Now, granted, it's pricey, 2,600 euro. And who knows what this whole COVID stuff will do to the release schedule. But it was on my must-get list for sure. But I think I just need to time of the wave state, and then I'll probably go explore the Super 6 when it comes out. So that's next on my list anyway.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, welcome back.
Yeah, am I... why can't I hear myself? Is the volume... Wait, there we go. There's the volume. I'm so confused with the mixer that I'm mixing, like hearing you and the voice, and yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard you were talking about the next purchases. The gas.
Yeah, it was somebody had asked that, and it was the I think you had seen it as well. It was the Super 6 from Udo Audio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I tried it. Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. It's not maybe for me personally, but it's really cool. Oh, got a super chat from Burp Robrox. Burp. Thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for joining in on the live stream. I think we had a question. Bromata says that Udo Super 6 sounds really cool. Olympus says Nordwave 2. Nobody's talking about it. Clavier is Swedish as well. Give some love to it. Well, I'm not very nationalistic. I'm not a big fan of Teenage Engineering. And not a very big fan of Nord either, actually. What's your take on the Syntad, on the Nordwave 2? I guess you've seen it?
Well, I'm just going to claim ignorance here because I've honestly never ever played them.
Yeah.
But I and people will know this better than I do because I'm not a keyboardist, so I'm not super skilled on the keyboard. I think people really love them for their keyboards, but they seem to be incredibly expensive, and yet they seem to be always sort of overlooked. You never see them really in synth videos. Like, if you go on YouTube, you see all the usual synths, but it's very rare to see a Nord keyboard in videos.
Yes,
I don't know why that
true.
is.
I heard a very good I saw some people having this discussion online, and I saw a very good kind of distinction. Like, the Nords are very much geared towards keyboardists, like live performance. Like, they're built, they're in a price segment, and they're in a price segment where something like, I think that something like a Modi X is more accessible, more interesting to a lot of people, because it's cheaper also. So I think that the Nords are very much targeted at least that has how they have branded themselves. I know that they didn't start this way. When I started making music, I think the first Nords were coming out or had come out or came out in the early 2000s. I'm not too sure about the dates, but I remember they were hot in demand in studios. But later, I felt like they were branding themselves more towards the performers. A bit like I guess a bit like Yamaha and Roland have been doing with their flagship workstations. So if you go back to the mid 2000s, you know, the big workstation synths were all the rage, but then, you know, it became more of a stage thing. So I feel that could be a reason why the Nords aren't they aren't perceived as being like studio tools, even though they of course can be, and you know, they're very capable.
And I think, like, for me, because I know I'm not a keyboard player, and I stopped doing piano lessons when I was 7, much to my mother's disgust, an instrument like a Nord would be wasted on me. Like, I don't deserve it, basically, because it's for somebody who really knows how to play keyboards. And I think for them, it would be the perfect instrument, but it would be kind of wasted on somebody.
I guess at least that could be the perception. I think that I mean, you have the older like Nord modular. I don't remember, is that the name, Nord modular? But yeah, I mean, those are not necessarily like, I could see you know, really enjoying like doing patches for a Nord modular. If somebody knows the name for it, they can post it in the chat. I don't remember actually the name, but yeah. Yeah. So I think that now is a good time for me to play the song that I made earlier, and to say thank you, Synth, for joining us for this live stream, if that's okay with you.
That is fabulous. It's been great chatting with you, Bo, and thank you very much for having me.
And you
along.
should definitely join again. And I know I don't know if DivKid is here. If he's here, if you're here, Ben, you're free to join me for a live conversation after I played a little tune. And yeah, if there are other patrons or supporters, other people who want to join in for a conversation, let me know. Type in the live. I think anybody can join the live text channel on Discord and type there. So let's see here. So I'm gonna say thank you so much to Synth, and chat, say hello, say goodbye to Synth.
Bye all.
Let's see here. And I'm just gonna disconnect from there. All right. So I was making earlier in the stream. Wait, the camera fixed itself. Awesome. Earlier in the stream, I made a song. So I'm just gonna fix my stuff here. Give me a second. So I'm just gonna set some levels here and make sure that I don't blow anybody's eardrums out. Let me know if the volume is okay. So that was a song that I made live on the fly. Yeah, live on the fly here on the stream earlier today on Machina. So yeah, just using a bunch of cool sounds on Machina, and I think it turned out pretty cool. I have like my little voice. I sampled my voice. Made a little clap sound. And stuff like that. So yeah. Richard, thank you for stopping by. Yeah. Maybe we're in a bit of an intermission. So let me play you my next release. Maybe I should play you my next release. Give me a second. And see here. Where are we? La da 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 da. Right, let me just load it up for you. Just gonna save this and I can load up my next release. It's actually an older song I made that I wanted to finish, and I guess that yeah. Oh, I see I got another super chat, but I sort of missed it, I think. Let me see if I can scroll up and see who did it. Yes. No, it was Burp. Yeah, I missed the other super chat. Yeah. Synth, are you leaving? Have a great day. Thank you for joining in for the live chat. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm releasing a new song soon. I'm just gonna see here what it sounds like. I don't want to blow anybody's eardrums out, but here's my new song. It's called Frankly, and yeah, it's pretty cool. that was my new track. Frankly, releasing it using DistroKid. DistroKid are sponsoring this week of live streams, kind of unknowingly, in a sense. They didn't really ask me to, but they were so cool. They were so cool to be super support. I'm not saying this because I'm paid. I'm saying this because it's something I want to be sincere about. Like, it's so rare that in a business that people do things just kind of altruistically, and they were super cool about all the events being cancelled that they were sponsoring my trip to, and the videos, and, you know, we had cool plans to bring you a lot of cool content, but instead, you know, they said, like, we're chill, we're gonna work with you and make something else happen. So I made some live stream this week happen, and in part thanks to DistroKid. So if you want to go and check them out, it's linked in the description, definitely. Austin says, someone told me to check out BoBeats' YouTube channel, but I don't see anyone eating anything. I just see him making beats. Yeah. That's very true. That's very true. Maybe we should eat something here. I can grab an apple if you want to. I can grab an apple. PAT says, worst thing you can do is over listening to your music while producing it. Yes. That's very, very true. I think that's a very bad idea. How about, while, you know, if you have more questions and stuff you want me to talk about, if somebody wants to join the live stream and say hello. Wait, I need to go and check if somebody actually wanted to say hello and join the live stream and say hi. I'm just gonna go on and check this real quickie. So if somebody wants to join the live stream with voice, like Synth did earlier, let me know. It's on the Discord. You do it in that case. Let's see here. Apple eating beats. Let's see here. Yeah. So this is, yeah. I'm just gonna disconnect some stuff here. Hopefully I don't. Are these the cables I'm looking for? Yes, it is. You have no idea, guys, if you haven't live streamed. There's so much cables. So I'm just gonna plug this in here. And I'm gonna go and wake up my sleeping camera. So give me a second. Let's see if I can make this work. Boom! There we go. So here I have a little thing. Play some matriarch bow. Should I play some matriarch? I mean, I can't play. So it's like, do I even have a power outlet somewhere? Maybe I can play some matriarch. Give me a second. I'm just gonna remove the text, okay? I'm gonna remove the text. If you just joined, you might be very confused what's going on. But yeah. I could bring in the matriarch. I can't play, like, I don't have anything set up to play it, like, properly. But I could bring it in the stream if you guys really want me to. I'm gonna set it up anyway, and we'll see. But I also want to play you a little bit from the Minilogue, running into all the effects, mainly because I set it up, so I want to do it. I'm too fat. I'm stuck in my own studio. I can't get out. I need to lose some weight. Let's see here. Where do I have a power? Do I have a power outlet somewhere? Which is not like back here. I found an empty power outlet. You guys are gonna make me break my studio. That's for sure. That's not even a question. And sometime we'll blow a fuse or something. Okay, we have that. Now the question is, of course. Yeah. But I'm gonna first. Yep. Wait. Where's? There we go. Let's see here. Okay. Let me just. Why is it so low? Why is everything so low today? Okay. Just some late night bleepity bloops. Just some bleepity bloops. So yeah, lovely bleepity bloops. So I think I saw somebody. Let me see here. Did somebody join the Discord? I wanted to say hi to the chat. Yeah. So let's see here. I'm so confused. Why is it called waiting room? Matt, what have you done? My trusted technician, what have you done? Wait, there's some funny noises going on in the background. Hey, hello. Let's see. I'm gonna join the waiting room. Hello. No, wait. Hello, John.
Hi, Bo.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Pat was trying to connect in here, but he's trying to sort out his push-to-talk stuff.
We got Rockstar Artist in here as well.
Yeah.
But he's muted. So, yeah, let's see if... what's the waiting... Like, I'm not entirely sure what Matt's technical like idea here was. Like, why are we calling it a waiting room?
Because normally you check that the audio is working and so on in the waiting room, and then if everything's good, then you move them to on air.
Okay, well, yeah, well, there's on air. Yes. Okay, I'm in on air.
And you move them to on air by...
Yeah. Oh, yes. Sorry. I didn't see it. I'm blind. Now I understand his logic. Yes.
You're in waiting room at the moment.
Yeah. I'm so confused. Anyway, I'm gonna jump on air. So if somebody wants to join in, you can just move them there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to...
Yeah. See if it's...
So Rockstar Artist, if you want to join, you'll need to do a microphone test and so on.
All right. so much stuff. You can book me from the waiting room? Yeah. Publicly chastise admins. No, I was so confused. And then I realized it's me being blind, like always. All right. Should we try and hook up the... We should try and hook up the... Let's see here. Where's the... Wait. Why am I? That's the one. Let's see here. Can I? I'm just doing this for you guys. Let's see here. Which one should I use for this? Could I do? Let's see how long the cable is. I don't have like the longest cables here. Hosa needs to get me some long cables. Wait, where is that? Is it on the far end? It's over here. We could do like this. I'm just gonna find another cable on the floor. Here's a long one. Let's see if we can make this work. Okay. So how's that for some space bleeps? Thank you so much, J-Rod, for the support. J-Rod has been, a long-time supporter of the channel. Thank you so much for the donation. I want to hear some deeper sounds from it. Like now the Matriarch is hooked up to the Soya, to the Mod Duo X. So it's not super easy to just do whatever with it, but yes. J-Rod, Jord, what? Yeah, I always say J-Rod anyway. So so thank you so much, everybody, for hanging around for this long and nice live stream. Let's just noodle a little bit more. Did we have somebody who wanted to join the Discord, or is it just people are just having problems with it? I guess. So if John wants to move over Pat to the on air, if he's ready to go, like if he's set up and all ready to go, I'm totally down for a quick chat before we end the live stream. Yeah, just playing around with the little matriarch here for because people said do it, and I did it. So we're not gonna stream that much longer. I feel like, you know, I've done two live streams today. I feel like, you know, that's plenty, I suppose. So I'm not gonna be live for that much longer. I'm just gonna try and move this away without killing everything in my path. So, made a song live on the fly, played my next release, had Synth on for this live stream, which was a lot of fun. So yeah, it's been a good stream. I hope you've been enjoying yourself. And yeah, this is the analog heat. So what I was playing was the Matriarch just through the Soya, the Modu X, like pretty crazy, like massive synth sound. Toykeeper says, you were streaming when I went to bed and you're still streaming now, then I woke up. Yep. Yes. Andrew Brooks, thank you for stopping by. And yeah, thank you so much everybody for hanging out. And yeah. Yeah. Did you wanna, Pat, did you wanna join in? Let's see. Hello, Pat. If you are here, turn off the volume from the stream.
Hey, yeah, I turned off the volume.
Yeah, cool, awesome. Hello there. Good meeting you online.
Yeah. Hi, Bob. I've been following your channel for say about a year by now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And
cool. Awesome.
you have some great content, man. I
thanks.
Really love.
You gotta you gotta hold the button down, otherwise you're cutting off. Or if you're using, are you using push to talk or?
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm using push to talk.
Yeah, cool.
But,
awesome.
but yeah, no, I was saying I love your stuff. I love this YouTube streaming thing. Like it's been only about a year and a half that I've been following a bunch of you guys streaming all this beautiful content.
Thanks.
And to be honest, I'm amazed of how much great stuff is out there on YouTube and how much I've learned from all of you guys.
For sure. I mean, it's been growing. Just the years I've been doing it has really been growing. When I started, there was just a handful, and now we're a small army.
It's an amazing community, man.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like compared to a lot of the more, how do you say, music
issues with YouTube.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that a lot of streamers that make music and produce music have been having lots of trouble with these copyright issues on music. I know, for example, a few streamers that even simply making like a bass kick drum off of Serum, and they've been flagged for copyright. I mean, that's really insane.
Yeah, for sure.
And it really bothers me that this is happening, because it's really crippling a lot of these content providers that, to be honest, I'm really fond of.
Yeah. I mean, it's very common. I had an original song of mine be copyrighted by a brand, like a, I don't know, publishing agency, and they said that it was similar to one of their classic music, and I'm like, okay, yeah, makes sense.
No, I find that really insane. To me, music should be free. So in general, all this stuff on copyright, I'm really not behind it. I mean, music should be free, man. Everybody's complaining about the fact the internet killed the industry, but to me it actually boosted the industry and creating a lot more creative people that have a voice now, have a way to promote themselves and everything.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's how do you say, when have you seen those memes that people post, Spotify, how many plays you need to earn minimum wage on Spotify? Those are pretty common. People post them all over the place, and I'm just sitting there thinking, we live in a time where it has never been easier to make a living as a creative, because you can now do it yourself instead of relying on big record labels.
Oh, for sure. But even great artists like Madonna or other big artists, ever since this internet boom happened, and they've all left their record labels to do their own record label thing. So I think it's a really positive thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, one question. So has Spotify actually been paying you Have you been getting any cash from Spotify or any of these other streams?
Only like nickels, you know. I'm not pushing my music that much via Spotify at all. Like it's not something I'm pushing in that. Like my incomes are from like YouTube and I think maybe in a few years, you know, if I push my music more, you know, I could see some decent returns. I've seen decent money from like Bandcamp and iTunes. Like that's a nice turnaround. But from Spotify, no. I mean, you do need to have a lot of plays. That's for sure.
So wait, I know you were a psychologist before.
Psychotherapist, but yes, yeah. So it's similar.
And you chose to actually take this career as a content provider. And a musician.
Yeah, so I am on. So I had two jobs. I work at the university and I work in a healthcare clinic, or in two healthcare clinics. And 2017, I quit the job as a psychotherapist, and I stayed with the university. And I'm still employed by the university, but I worked like half time, 50% with YouTube, and this year I took, I mean, so nice, like the whole Corona thing, like perfect timing for me. I mean, not really, but just going full-time YouTube. So I took a leave of absence. I think that's the word in English, or the expression.
Yeah. That's the word.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's So I took a leave of absence to pursue. You know, I mean, I could do this part-time as well, but I really wanted to push myself even further, basically.
You gotta do what you enjoy doing in life, man, or else what are we living for?
Yeah, exactly, definitely, yeah, totally, and you know, people always tell me like, you know, is it a grind doing content? And of course, like it's a ton of work and stuff, but I mean. I enjoy working and I enjoy pushing myself, and it's more a matter of like, you know, how miserable do I feel when I wake up. It's not like, you know, I worked so many.
I totally agree.
Yeah, like you wanna push yourself doing something worthwhile, and I don't get me wrong, like I really enjoy spending time with patients and students, but I did it for 7 years, and then I continued. Yeah, so for 9, I think I've been at university 9 or 10 years, and in psychotherapy for 7. So I mean, I've really done that a lot, and I feel like it's something I want to do like part time or do on occasion. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's. I mean, if I do it, if I go back to it, I'll probably go back and work more privately and do, you know, my own thing, rather than you know, being an institution. I mean, you're sort of crippled by the institution.
For sure, but like I know you have a family, kids, and everything. But are you able? Because I don't know if you know Zen World.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah, we speak on occasion. Yeah.
I've spoken to him about this too, and he also has a kid and, you know, a family to support, and he lives off, you know, sample packs and YouTube and all this stuff. How? I mean, because this is my question, because like I've been making music for like 15 years, man. I'm an audio engineer. I went to SAE Institute.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And I got my bachelor's degree and master degree there as an audio engineer.
That's really
cool. I mean, I've played live shows and for techno parties, some festivals and whatnot, but I can't make a living off it, and I've tried so hard.
No, but it's hard. It's hard. I mean, new music is much more cutthroat, and there's. Here's one way to look at it. Like I do speak from a place of sincerity. In music, there's so many people who are fighting to get attention, and one key difference is that on YouTube you need to have a pretty, in general, you need to have a lot of different talents, and sometimes if you have a good combination of different talents and you make content that reaches people, you know, you can make it work. Of course, it's still very hard. just like anything in music, you know, we shouldn't sugarcoat that. Like the synth scene is really, really small on YouTube as well, so it's not like a ton of money, but I do.
You think it's a small community, the synth, and you know, like the scene?
The synth, like the hardware synth scene that I'm particularly invested in, is very small if you compare to, say, guitars or drums or bass on YouTube. Like those are huge.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because of the thing that if you think about that and you know you see that everywhere, but I find it to be everywhere, to be honest. I find a lot of content on producing and synths and hardware.
So I would break it down. I would say like guitars is probably the biggest category, and then you have like general music production, you know, and then like, for example, Zen World would fit in like, you know, slightly below that. So somebody like Recording Revolution has a wider audience than Zen World. He's doing like the EDM thing mostly, and then you sort of go down, and the hardware synths, it's very niche still. Like it's because I think it's how do you say, it's a little exclusive in a sense, because it's a high bar of entry because of the costs associated with it. That would be my analysis. A guitar is more how do you say, working class instrument in a sense. Like there's more people who play it. Like synths have always been like a bit elitist. When I started, that was super annoying. Like how many people were like, you know, they're high horses because they have a Moog, and I'm like, get over yourself. It's just an instrument.
How many years have you been doing this streaming?
I've been on YouTube since 2015.
Since 2000 what? Sorry, you're breaking up.
2015, and then I've been making music since about 1998 or 99 or something.
All right. No, sorry, you're breaking up once in a while, but yeah, no, because you know, like I was thinking about like maybe I could get myself into streaming as well, YouTube, because I have a pretty nice setup, and I'm always making like live techno jams, and I'm always on Discord talking to a lot of people of different, you know, like Artifacts, yours, then I'm on some other techno ones, and a lot of these kids are telling me, yeah, why don't you stream? I'd like to see that and stuff, but I'm thinking that it's oversaturated with all this stuff lately, and I'm not taking it as a viable option for me to make an income, because like you said, man, I don't want to wake up in the morning having to go work at something I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Because it's just harsh. I've done that before.
To be honest, like you have to like. I'm making, you know, I don't shy away from saying that I'm making a little bit of money now. I mean, it's not it's not on the level of like what I would make if I were actually like working the jobs that I have 10 years of education to do, and I mean those aren't well-paying jobs either where I live, but. I think you also have to look at it from like the point of view that
satisfaction.
Satisfaction, but it's also something you build up over time. You know, it's also you know, you should definitely start out, like try it. Like it's all about, we talked about this. I don't know if you heard the conversation I had with Synth earlier about like finding your niche, finding your thing that you want to do musically.
Unfortunately, online. I joined a little late.
We had a really good talk, so you should go back and see if you can find it. It was really nice. Like we talked about, like Synth is, you know, a guy a bit older than I am, in his 40s, I guess, and he started a synth channel, and you know, just for fun, and you never know where it takes you. Like I'm always like, you know, it's very hard to like, you have the numbers, you have the metrics for everything, but suddenly, you know, if you strike the right chord, you know, things can happen, and I think the enjoyment part of it, you should definitely not start it to with the mindset of like making money or making it a career. I think rather like take a year, upload stuff, see where it leads, and you know, if people relate to what you have to offer, whether it's the music, the tutorials, you know, your personality, whatever, you know, then go for it. Like, it's just a matter of building.
Yeah, for sure. I'd have to look into it. I'm kind of still not very good with the video part, with streaming live and all that. So like, I'd have to really study that. When it comes to audio, more or less, I know my way around.
I can imagine.
A few things, but,
so can I ask you, like, how was going to SAE school?
To tell you the truth, for the money that it's worth, for what it costs, I don't suggest it, to be honest, because it's a lot of money, and it's a lot of stuff that you can learn if you're working on it right away. On the pro side, it does launch you right away in the working world. Like, I was able to work with an orchestra, setting up like.
Sorry, you disappeared.
And also, I was able to meet a lot of people. I was able to play at gigs and a lot of other stuff. But it's not really, doesn't really put the foot in the door, and that's what I was hoping for. But it does teach you a lot. But it teaches you a lot also in like recording. So it depends what you like. If you're just like a producer that wants to make music, like electronic music and stuff like that, it's probably not the best course for you, because it teaches you a lot, like how to record a band in a studio, you know, how to promote a band, how to manage a band, and, you know, the music business, record labels and stuff like that. So let's say like 70-80% of the school is based on that. So if you're not really completely into that, like about microphones, how best microphone for a voice, best microphone for a snare, then maybe it's not the thing for you, because it's a lot of money to just.
That's my experience as well. I took music production courses at not university, not college level, but before that, which were really good, but it was a lot of like traditional audio engineering, which is cool, you know, but still it's
not us. It's not completely us. At least for me. I mean, like, I'm more of a electronic producer, you know, like a bedroom producer. I like making scores and stuff like that. But it on the like sound design level and on the production level, like electronically or I don't know, with contact libraries and stuff like that, it's not the best. So there's more specific courses in schools for that, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think also like one of the problems with education, you know, being an educator on a university level myself, it's like education's, especially if you look at like how you say digital education about computers and stuff, that stuff is always like lagging behind in a sense. Because education is a much more slowly moving vehicle than the technology. Like so I think you're right in that the courses that are available online and YouTube and stuff. Like if you have the dedication, there's so much out there that you can learn from.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I was saying, like I've learned, like I'm an audio engineer, but I'm still learning a lot from like you guys on YouTube and like little niche things, like how to do this on a synth, how to connect that with that, and if you do this and that happens, you know.
Yeah, like most of us aren't like doing like the bread and butter courses like on how a compressor works, but if we show a compressor, you know, we might show like that one weird thing or like, you know, that personal touch, I guess, like that. I think that's what's really cool.
For sure.
So Pat, I'm gonna have on another little guest, but thank you so much for joining in the live call.
For sure, man. It was a pleasure, and you're awesome, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, buddy. And you know, if you ever make something on YouTube, be sure to just hit me up, send me a link. I'll check it out. No problem.
Thanks so much, man. Keep it cool.
The same. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello! Accurate. Turn off the stream. Turn off the stream, Andreas.
If you make,
That. Let me see here. Are you okay, Andreas? Let me see here. So I have accurate beats. Accurate. Turn off the damn stream, buddy. Let me know, buddy. I'm gonna write here in the chat. So I have accurate beats, who's joining in just for a little quick live call, and yeah, this late night. It'll probably be the last caller, I think, for tonight. Had a few people on, so let's see if he's ready. Are you there, Andreas? Yes, but you're lagging a lot, so you have to turn down the mic, the whole mic sensitivity thing in the settings. Like it seems like you're cutting on and off.
Right.
So go into settings and turn down the sensitivity thing. I think that's the problem. I think. He's rapping for us. Let's see.
Like I have a lot of issues there.
Yeah, you're still lagging a lot. It's a nice, like Ionian Echo says, it's a nice stutter effect. So I'm gonna put you, Accurate, I'm gonna put you together with John and see if you can work it out. And John can move you to the other room. So John, can you see if it works for Accurate and then move him to my room here on air? So let's see if John can help you out. I'm just gonna see. Let's see. I'm just gonna text him if he's not there, and see if we can sort it out. Let's see here. So, nice stream, everybody. Thank you, everybody who's joining in. Is Bo streaming through Octatrack? Just call him and put it on speakerphone. yes, I should. I should call him on and put it on speakerphone. Let's see. I'm gonna drag you back. Andreas, are you maybe working now? No, it's still laggy. It's like you're turning the mic on and off.
Yeah.
So if you go into user settings and you go to voice and video, and there's like voice activation, and you turn the lever, you turn off automatic and turn the lever all the way down. I think that usually works. It's still lagging. It's still lagging. It's still lagging. Sorry, I'm laughing. Shouldn't be laughing. Let's see here. It seems like it's still lagging. Okay, I'm gonna move you over, buddy. Okay, yes. Sven, good seeing you here. Medp, good seeing you here as well. So, Accurate Beats Stutter Pack is coming to you. So we'll see if we can make it work. Yeah, and if not, we're gonna call it a night. So yeah, we've been live streaming for 3 hours or something. 3 hours 15 minutes. Yeah, that's been crazy. Steven, good seeing you here again. I saw you earlier. Yeah, I'm still going strong today. You know, I made some live music. Played some on the synths. It's been a good live stream. Good live stream. Probably not live streaming tomorrow though. I'm gonna be deadbeat after this one. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good fun and good hanging out with you all on this beautiful day. So yeah, unfortunately, I think John is my admin who was supposed to help me a little bit. I think maybe he's gone offline, which is totally understandable. It's late, so I'm not sure if accurate. Let's check one more time. How are we going? How is it going, Andreas? Yeah, I'm gonna call him. Okay, let's call him on the phone. Let's call him on the phone. Let's call him up. Let's see what he says. I mean, I can hold the phone.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
You're on the air, caller.
Oh, well, okay. Is that how it works? Cool.
Well, it doesn't. Yeah. Well, technically, it only works like this when I have somebody with the stutter effect on Discord.
I'm sorry about that. That was, I don't know. I've never done that over Discord before, so I apparently messed up some kind of setting.
Yeah, it's very easy. It's very easy to mess up the Discord settings. So you should tell the chat what are you up to in these weird Corona times?
Well, I've been on a sick leave for like 5 months now because of a surgery I went through. So my life is kind of like the same as it's always been, but I'm trying to create a bit more YouTube content and live streams and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I mean, in a sense, not that much have changed for you, or?
No, to be honest, nothing too much as of right now. I guess things might go south and things might get worse, but for now, my life is kind of the same, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, in a sense, I guess I'm in a similar spot, you know, in a sense, because I've been working from home so much the last year, and I was on parental leave and stuff. So, yeah, in a way, it's very similar.
Yeah, and we're music nerds, so I mean, what's the point of getting out and about in real life and meeting people, right?
Yeah, but no crate digging for you.
No, I've been digitally crate digging ever since this whole thing started.
Yeah, you're using TrackLib, right? For
yeah, I'm using TrackLib a lot nowadays. And it's been working so freaking good. So I can't really see a reason to stop, you know.
Yeah. Do they like handle clearing and stuff as well?
Yeah, that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
You download the sample from them, you purchase the license, and then you report like every 6 months or whatever type of money you get from the stuff you're producing. So it's a small percentage.
Okay.
Really quickly, and it's legal completely. So
yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
So what kind of like, do you have any like plans what you're gonna do for the next couple of weeks?
In terms of YouTube or in terms of like being a person?
Yeah, more like YouTube, I think.
Cool. Well, besides a few projects that I can't talk much about, I'm just thinking I'm going to keep putting videos out there. I'm making a review of the Arturia audio interface that you posted a few days ago.
Yeah.
And then I'm just making beats and making jam videos and stuff, trying to keep it fun and keep it simple, you know?
For sure.
But I don't have any big plans that I can talk about on a live stream like this.
Yeah. Only secret stuff. I know the secret good stuff for sure. Like,
yeah.
No, but it's I mean, I do feel you. It's like, in a way, the stuff that we do, it's very much business as usual in a way. Even though I don't know, like if you felt it, but I'm really feeling that the companies are are they're pushing back stuff, and they don't like because they don't have staff and they don't have like the stuff isn't coming from China. So I've definitely felt that.
Yeah, I'm experiencing that as well with some companies. Some companies feel like they're almost doing the opposite of that and trying to push forward as much as possible. I heard somewhere that the number of audio interfaces that are selling right now is crazy. It's more than it's been for years.
I can imagine people going like pretty crazy right now, just trying to find things to do and like instruments. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, me too. Like instruments and sheet audio interfaces and, stuff for beginners that wants to get a new hobby because you kind of have to do something,
Yeah, for sure.
And I can really... I'm creating more music and videos and stuff now than I've done for the last year, I think. It's just, you want to find something to do with the spare time that you have on your hands.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I was thinking. I forgot it. But yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that people are spending, time at least exploring like creative stuff, and I know some are struggling to make music because it's stressful in these times. But I do think that people are definitely spending more time. I saw a lot of people like reading more as well, and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting seeing how it affects us all. That's for sure.
It is, and I mean everyone's different. And to me, like my only real way to cope with things like this or whatever type of negative things going on is making music. That's what I do. That's what I go to.
Yeah, for sure. So what's your I think I asked the chat earlier, but what's your like guilty pleasure now in terms of gear? Where are you? What are you using to escape the weird reality at the moment?
Well, I always use Machine MK3. I like my base for everything. So that's almost always the hub. But now the Jupiter XM from Roland, I've had it for a while, but never really dug into it, and been super crazy about how it works because it's kind of a lot with the menu system in the XM. It's a lot of menu diving. So for sure. And I think that's unfortunate. It's a really cool synth, but it's a bit too hard to navigate. But I'm trying to learn the XM and dive into understanding as much as possible,
Yeah, I found it very complicated as well. I thought it was a lot of like weird menus and diving into it, which is a shame because it does sound really good. So
it does, and it shares the engine with the bigger one.
With X.
With the X, yeah. So you're supposed to like be able to do some really crazy stuff there, and I've gone a bit into it, but I'm not deep into it at all because it's really deep. But I'm getting there. So that's what I'm working with the most, I think.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm thinking that maybe I should just bring it outside because it's battery powered. So I do something outside with it.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good.
Yeah, do some beat making in a park with it.
No, I don't want to go to a park now.
Of course. Well, thank you, Andreas, for joining the stream. I'm gonna shut the stream down now and say good night to you.
And I'm putting my stream up right now. I'm
Yeah.
going live in a couple of minutes.
Okay, so people know where they should go. They should go to Accurate Beats on YouTube and check out the live stream.
They could go there if they want to. I wouldn't say that it's completely necessary.
No.
You have to go there.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I put some cool effects on my voice also when I said it, so now everybody knows I'm serious. I can do that.
Just appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Andreas, for joining in, and have a good evening and good stream.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So, yeah, this was a nice stream. Thank you everybody who joined in. Thank you DistroKid for sponsoring the streams, the videos, and thank you everybody who called in. We had Syntad, we had Pat, we had John made a little appearance as well, my moderator, and we had now Accurate Beats on the phone because Discord didn't work. So much love to you all. I'm happy to be here for you and hope that you enjoyed the live stream. Definitely gonna stream more in the future. Gonna make more music live and stuff. That's the aim. Anyway, now I'm a little tired, but thank you so much for being here. If you want to support, Patreon is linked in the description. That's the best way to support. You can also go and check out my patch store. I have a pay what you want, pay nothing sample pack. And if you want to chip in, you know, leave a $5 at the door when you're picking up the sample pack. That's one way to support. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, awesome. I'm gonna go now. Good night and thank you.